Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, little video about AEW and Tony Khan or whatever there. Big Tony came under fire a couple days ago. I guess like he came out in the arena and told the fans, please stay until the end. We're going to have a good show or whatever. I guess this made him look desperate or something like this. It leaked the video of him begging people not to leave or whatever. And then he released a tweet. Watch the whole show tonight. The balance of power is going to shift in wrestling. So basically, WWE, I guess, would have the power in wrestling. So when he says the balance of power is going to shift, that pretty much implies that I guess something big is going to happen and AEW is going to get the power. Starting on that night, the balance of power is going to shift. So indie fans were expecting indie stuff. A partnership with New Japan. Shit that they think is going to give them power or whatever. Some people thought Sting is coming out, Brock Lesnar. People were expecting something big when he claims that, the balance of power will shift. And then fuck all happened on the show. Fuck all happened. No shift of any power of any kind there. So a lot of fans were pissed off at Tony Khan. And apparently a big thing that happened, according to him and the portion of the fans that were defending him, it's that Pac showed up. Pac, ladies and gentlemen, showed up there. This is shifting the power, whatever. Imagine that there. You make a big statement like this there, and then it's just Neville coming out. Like, who the fuck gives a shit about Neville? Like, he's a good wrestler, but nobody cares, you know what I mean? But these fans are pretending that it's a big deal so that Tony Khan doesn't look like too much of an idiot, Oh, well, Pac showed up. What do you mean Pac's not a big deal? Pac is great. I mean, Pac or Neville looked okay as the cruiserweight champ because he was the star of 205 Live for 3 months or whatever. But to act like he's a big deal and he's a big star is fucking ridiculous. Something happened with Cody Rhodes. I didn't see it there. Cody was cutting a promo. A complete unknown girl shows up. She says, Cody, you're not a giant killer. I'm friends with Shaq. So apparently that's a big deal that Shaq might show up for something. Cody Rhodes against Shaq would be a weird match. I don't know. There. Nothing monumental that's going to shift any power or whatever. Weren't people complaining about this Big Show versus Shaq stuff? But if it happens in AEW, it's awesome, I guess, there. But, so people were complaining. Tony Khan, you said we're going to get a big shift of power. You give us garbage. You give us Neville and you pretend it's a big deal or whatever. And then Tony doubled down on his tweet. He said, you got to be patient or whatever. We had Pac coming back. That's a big deal. I mean, and then he said he had other aces up his sleeve there. And the balance of power is beginning to shift now. So what what else there? If you got Neville showing up, what's gonna happen next week there? Is Shannon Moore gonna show up or something like this there? And the fans are gonna pretend it's a big deal. This whole thing is a fucking joke. Tony Khan is a fucking clown or whatever. Tony Clown there making goofy announcements, especially announcements where they declare that complete unknown jobbers have joined the company. Oh, Will Hobbs has joined. Nobody knows who the fuck any of these jobbers are. There's 3, 4 guys. Oh, I haven't seen his work. I've seen a couple matches on YouTube. There's like 2 matches or something there. Complete indie jobber trash. I'm a big fan of Flip Donahue, who just begun on the show. You know what I mean? It's a big fucking joke. Tony Khan, he's a goofball. He doesn't know how to run a wrestling company, doesn't know how to book the show, doesn't know what to fucking do with the wrestlers. If you look at Rusev, what he looks like now, for example, he has no idea what the fuck he's doing. And the fans just want to babysit him and nurture him. Everything you do is great, Tony. Thanks, TK. Thanks for saving wrestling, Tone. Thank you. It's a big fucking joke. The man says he's going to shift the power of wrestling. He ain't shifting shit or whatever. Okay, he's only making wrestling look even sillier than it already looked or whatever. And these fans, some of them, a lot of them were complaining, but most of them want to defend everything he does. You're a great booker. McMahon doesn't know how to write storylines. Tony Khan is the best at writing stories. He writes sexy story arcs for me. And there's no stories on the show. Cody Rhodes, we won't rely on stories. The stories are shit. And they're retarded and barely existent. Oh, Tony Khan's the best at stories, says these weird, retarded, mongoloid indie fans that worship the cock and suck on this company day in and day out. But in reality, he's not good at stories. His announcements are retarded. If he's making big announcements for complete unknown wrestlers, then what's the aces up his sleeve there? Dean Malenko making a comeback or whatever, is that going to save or change the power of wrestling? You know what I mean? It's a big fucking joke. Oh, WWE's racist and Tony's all inclusive. Oh, Tony's such a good guy. And then Tony, Hogan, you're not allowed here, Hulk. You're not allowed in the arena, Hulk. Oh, Tony, you're such a hero. Meanwhile, Hogan doesn't even know this shit exists or whatever. What a fucking joke there. It's Tony Khan putting out shit. And because the fans hate WWE so much, they go along with everything that they do. Oh, guys, we just put out the best pay-per-view in years. Yeah, Tony. Meanwhile, nothing happens or whatever. It's shitty announcements, shitty storylines, shitty booking. Everything sucks, but these fans eat it all up. You know what I mean? It's delusional. It's weird. It makes no fucking sense or whatever. Tony Khan sucks, for God's sakes. Oh, TK. Thank you, TK. You're so marvelous. Oh. The whole thing is a clown show and a half there, and it's lame as fuck. He can take his announcements and shove them straight up his ass or whatever. A jobber running a jobber circus wrestling company there. Until next time, peace. Oh, jeez.